This is the FFR Trading Market Minute, and again, this is the SPY. It's the ETF for the S&P 500 that we track week to week here. We got our pullback to our downside target, which is a gap fill back here. That was last week. And then I said I would anticipate we get a rally here once the gap fills. We'll get a rally to kind of test this area back up in here, which we got. Then it was a decision point. All right, what do we do from here? As you can see, the oscillator didn't quite get oversold at the bottom here. Ended up crossing back above its moving average, the red line here. When that happens, right, whatever the high is on this day when it closes, if that high gets broken above the next day, which it did right at the open actually, even though it did sell off, it was pointing us to higher prices. And so we got a nice rally here. Now, part of this is due to, I think, the Canadian Central Bank was the first central bank to lower interest rates. And I think that gives our market some hope that our Fed will follow. That remains to be seen. We shall see. But nevertheless, it did get through that 530 area, which was the area it was struggling at. It's taken that out here now. We are a little overextended on the oscillator here, the RSI. And you can see the market, even though it gapped up this morning, it has pulled back to basically the previous day's highs there. So we'll see if this gets a pullback. We're going to move our downside target here. That gap has been filled, but we've got another open gap below the market here. So any downside, or that would be our first downside target on any pullback here. Upside, we're at new all-time high. So there is no, resistance back here. There's no supply. It's fresh, brand new territory. I've given some that second upside target. I think it's just above 600 in the SPY to the upside. So we'll rely a little more on the oscillators here to tell us when we've kind of exhausted up here. We might look for some divergence, similar to what we got here, where we had a high in the oscillator, a high in price, then we got a higher high in price and a lower high in the oscillator here, and then we got a nice pullback there. So we'll look for some signs that the market is starting to weaken. Like I said, we're in overbought territory, or we did close in overbought territory. It looks like yesterday, maybe a little bit of a pullback, and then we'll see if the market is able to march higher. If it does decide to pull back, we'll get the RSI to close below its moving average here, and chances are they're going to fill that gap here. All right, but we'll see how this plays out now, because as we go to the economic data that's set to be released next week here, next Wednesday is going to be a big day. We've got the CPI coming out. We've got the Fed's interest rate decision. So that'll be at 2 o'clock Eastern on Wednesday. All right, obviously that's going to be a big market mover, and we'll have to look and see at 14:30 or 2:30 Eastern, the press conference, what the Fed has to say. And then Thursday, that follows up with another inflation measure, which is the PPI, and Friday's Michigan consumer sentiment. All right, hope that helps. Have a great rest of your trading week. We'll see you back next week in the FFR Trading Market Minute.